Okay, got interrupted. I hope I don't get interrupted again. Maybe I can pause this, I'm not sure. Anyway, I wanted to get on here and do just a little quick video. No makeup, no nothing. I've been at the hospital for most of, well over a month, probably almost a month and a half, or maybe a month and a half now, with my son, the one I made the Shrek hat for. He was in a bad accident. I'll show you his Denali. That's his Denali they cut him out of. That's where he was sitting. He had already tore the steering wheel off and was tearing the dash apart, trying to get out himself. All that stuff was squished forward. They cut him out, and then they jacked up the stuff off of his legs. This was all crushed in on his leg. They had to jack it up to get his legs out. He thought up until that point that he was going to get up. That's why he had been ripping his dash apart and tore his steering wheel off. He thought he was going to get it off his legs. He was going to get up and get out. Let me start at the beginning now. It was a morning when one of our last bad mornings where we had slick roads. And, it's the bridges. So he was on his way to work down the WK Parkway, the Western Kentucky Parkway. He's worked in Louisville for most of his life. Well, they've had them working, a couple of teams working down in Princeton, Kentucky, and Madisonville, and another place down around in that area. So he's been getting to drive that way instead of all the way up to Louisville. So he's coming up onto this bridge. I think they call it the Green River Bridge on WK. And he sees there's a tractor trailer turned. There was like 7 vehicles I heard in the accident, and 3 or 4 of them tractor trailers. I know at least the 3 of them were. But anyway, that's what he was headed for, the tractor trailer. He went to his brakes, couldn't slow down at all. He's doing 75 miles an hour. And there's nothing he could do. His buddies were all behind him on the highway. And they didn't know what was going on. They knew traffic stopped. Well, it stopped the traffic on the highway for like 7 hours. It crushed his legs. He's lucky to be alive. He could have easily been killed on the impact because everything was sitting at a dead stop, and he was headed forward doing 75, and he could not slow down. He couldn't do anything because he's on the bridge. If he had flipped over the rail somehow, hitting something and then flipping, it's one of those bridges. It's a high bridge. So we are lucky he's here. This is when he first got to the hospital, right before surgery. Yeah, the one foot was backwards. This was him after first surgery, and I was a little concerned because I thought his color looked terrible. They kept him under for a couple of days and on the breathing machine because they knew he was going to be in terrible pain. The first surgery was putting rods in his thighs. The next surgery was working on his knees, or they may have worked on the right knee. The left leg took the brunt of it, but they did do some work on the right knee because he had a big incision there where he had staples. Well, when they went to do the next surgery, it was his left knee and left ankle. Well, he had 3 pretty good long incisions, one in the middle of the knee, one over to the side, one over to the other side of the left knee. Then they operated on the side of his left ankle because it was, I guess, crushed. And it was backwards. So that's not been doing well. That because of his diabetes, that last incision it's just not been healing up like it should have already, and he's been in horrific pain from it. He's just been in torture. So he's gone right now. They're going to do something to that incision on the left side of his ankle, his left ankle. They're going to kind of clean that up, and they're going to put some kind of wound vacuum something on there. And any of you that pray, please pray that's just what he needed. That's going to kickstart that into healing because everything else is healed good. He's already got the staples out of the big 3 long incisions on his knees. One on his right knee. He just had 1 long incision in the middle of it. But everything's been doing really good except for that left ankle. And that's where he's gone right now. He's gone to surgery. We've been up here the whole time. Tim just started a new job this morning. His dad. That was our thing, so we don't have to keep stopping. Mine's getting pretty worn out because we'll run to the house after a few days, get a bath, get clean clothes, and all that stuff. Make sure the cats are being taken care of. But I wanted to let y'all know that's why I haven't been on yet. I'm still up here at the hospital. We were in really good spirits yesterday morning. He was getting ready to go to therapy, one floor down here. And we thought in a week to 2, he's going to be on the right leg. It's doing really good. He was supposed to stay off of it 6 to 8 weeks, they said. So in a week to 2 weeks, it was going to be there, and it still will. But he was going to be able to get a little therapy on that leg, make sure it's strengthened, because it's going to be carrying most of his weight when he gets up and starts walking with a walker. He can't put weight on his left leg till like July 1st. So we was really excited because he was getting ready to possibly get moved to therapy today. And the doctor came in and took another look at that wound, and he was like, it's not healing like he would like to see. So they didn't think it would take very long. It's what time is it? He's been gone for a little longer than they said, but usually they do, don't they? But I just wanted to get on and let you know real quickly why I haven't been home. I mean, my hair is a mess. No makeup. My hair needs to be cut and permed again. Really bad, but I've got a few things done. I did my first big knitted shawl with wool, a bot pattern that I bought, and I knitted it with some of my hand-dyed yarns I bought from Hobby Lobby. I threw a couple of colors together that normally I wouldn't think would have went, but I think they look pretty good together, and I can't wait to show you that one and a couple other things. I finished up my test run of my night shift shawl. I can't wait to get some better yarns to do that with. This was not the Hobby Lobby yarn is bad. I wanted lighter yarn. I'm still going to block it. I'll show you when I get home. It's at home because it's done except for some ends being sewed in and blocking it. Yeah, I don't think I've sewed the ends in on that. I did sew them in on the one that I made of the hand-dyed yarns that I finished up here. I got another one going. It's just a shawl and the ball one, and I got another night shift version, with some acrylics. Now these are lighter. This is the one, those colors I showed you last time. No, I showed you one of the colors, and I was going to look for another color. I found that color I wanted to go with it, so maybe I should have used something with a little bit sharper contrast. I don't know, but you'll see whenever I get to make my next video. But hopefully this is what his wound needs to get kick-started and get healing real good. Everything else is done great. His right leg's great. He's probably going to be on it in I think a week. Once he's on that, I think he's definitely going to be ready to go home. He may go. I'm thinking he's probably going to go home without the wheelchair and go home with the walker. They think that's a lot more sturdy than trying to do crutches because he doesn't need to fall. So, I wanted to show you something real quick. Anyway, I had him take a picture, him and the baby with the Shrek hats on. So this is my Shrek. Let me tap that. Oh, don't do that. This is my Shrek and his little Shrek with the Shrek hats on. Yeah, I always call him my giant because we didn't expect, I thought maybe 5'5", maybe even 5'6", because his dad's a good solid 6'4". Yeah, that's my Shrek. He's doing his surgery right now. We didn't call him Shrek. Everybody at work called him Shrek. They never called him Steve. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I just wanted to get on here real quick and let you know what's going on. And it might be a couple more weeks before I can get on and show you my next. We're on the 5th floor here. We did have it. We were in a different room at first. It had a pretty nice scenery. It had some man-made lakes down there around a real nice sitting area for, you know, workers and visitors or whatever. But there's a whole lot of Canadian geese. You know, they're pairing up right now, and I like sitting in there and watching Canadian geese. The geese. This room doesn't have any view. There's just like a building right here. It's all in my way right here. I can kind of see, I think that's the entrance where we turn off to pull into the hospital right over there. I should have watched. But yeah, his dad he tried to start that job yesterday, and he was having a little bit of stomach issues. So he ended up starting it this morning. I know he wanted to be here with Steve having to go into surgery again. But I just wanted to let you know. And I will see you as quick as I can. As soon as we get him home. Because they had just moved in downstairs after my youngest son moved to Bowling Green. Him and his wife and the 2 kids, and his wife's now pregnant again, moved in downstairs. It's finished, completely finished out. Basement, you know, the ceilings are just as tall as upstairs. That's the way the guy we bought it from builds his houses. He built it nice, and most of 2 sides are not underground, so they have the regular full long windows, and they have everything they need down there. They even have their own laundry room. They have their kitchen area. The only thing we haven't put in that area down there, which the builder, his nickname's Tootie. Tootie was making it a great big game room. So it's the kitchen area. He had it set up for the refrigerator, you know, the little thing to go for your ice maker, and the hook. So there for the sink, the stove. Everything is there except for the kitchen sink. We have not got to get a cabinet and put a kitchen sink in yet. But anyway, I'm rambling. I will let y'all go, and I hope to see you here soon. Hopefully he'll be home in less than 2 weeks. The surgery goes well, and his ankle really starts healing the way the doctor wants it to. The way we all want it to start healing. So I'll see you then. And thanks for any prayers y'all send up for him. I really appreciate it. His name is Steve. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.